I could go back in time and talk to my younger self, there would be so many things I would tell her. So many things, because even though I'm only 25 and I do not know everything, there's just so much knowledge that I have right now that would have saved me so much stress, so much suffering, and just overall pain, that I really, really would love to connect with that past version of me. And if you are younger, 25 or whatever age you might be, I think this advice could really, really help you. So let's talk about it. I'm also gonna be doing my makeup a little bit because I need to get ready. But the first thing that I would tell my younger self is to not rush, because that's gonna lead me to compare myself and just have this huge sense of urgency to figure everything out, which honestly I did by nature, because society and social media and just it's in our nature to compare ourselves to everyone, especially in your 20s where you're so lost and there's so many things that you do not know. But I think I did that a lot. Like I really, really struggled with the idea of comprehending that everybody was going to have a unique path, and comparing yourself to someone else was truly useless because their path was like completely different to yours. Like I know people, and I'm not saying just like silly little interactions, like I know these people, like I grew up with these people and they're now full-time parents and they're my age, they're 25. I know people that are still in university and they're my age. I know people that are way more successful than I am and they're my age. And honestly, all of this information caused me so much anxiety. It still does to this day, obviously, but especially when I was 20, because I was like, I couldn't understand how we all started from somewhere together and then we ended in completely different paths, and it's just something that I couldn't understand. And it really made me feel like I was behind. It really made me feel like I missed out on so many things. I probably took so many bad decisions, and came to find out that it was just a question of being patient, which I know you're probably gonna be like, that is the worst freaking answer ever, because patience is so freaking hard to develop and to have especially when you're just tired, like in your 20s, you just want to have things come easy to you, or you're simply just in lack of good things. Like you just want good things. And I think that honestly, like now looking back, I can see that just being patient and staying true to myself, like I know that sounds so cliche, but just staying grounded truly allowed me to realize that my path was unique and it was unfolding just for me. And by staying true to myself, it allowed me to discover what I want. And obviously it was not hard. Like I said, I had so many doubts. I was like, okay, but what if I should have stuck to tennis? Because I grew up playing a lot of tennis. Like I should have gone to the States and like played tennis, or I should have like studied something way more artistic because I studied communication. Like there was just all these decisions that I was like, I could have done so much better, but I turned out just fine. I know I'm just 25, but I don't think I regret anything. Like I think everything unfolded the way it was supposed to, and I don't think it was supposed to be somewhere else, if that makes sense. I just realized I literally haven't done my makeup, but yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but honestly, if I could have I think I could have saved myself a lot of stress by realizing that no matter how hard things were gonna get, the only thing I have to do is to stay true to the things that I want to do, because eventually they're gonna lead me to what I want. Yes, of course, there's always gonna be someone more successful, and that's not like someone that I don't know or someone from social media. Like again, I know a lot of successful people, either in the sport industry or in the media industry. Like I know a lot of successful people, but all that anxiety only made me feel worse about myself when I compare myself to these individuals. And it only made me feel bad about my path, because again, my path was unique to mine and it led me to where I am today. And I'm very grateful for the person that I am today. So if I would have rushed into all of those things, I would have probably forced to be somewhere else, or I would have forced myself to be someone that I'm not. You know what I mean? So again, I think that figuring myself out during those days was very hard, and just figuring everything out right now is also very hard, because it's not to bring down other people, but I know other people as well that are older than me and they're still struggling right now. Like, I think if you want to have it all together 100%, like financially, emotionally, physically, and all that 100% all the time, like right now, it's truly not feasible. Like, I think that was probably possible when our parents were younger, like at our parents' age, but not right now. Like, honestly, right now, I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's something very challenging to do, and it's just not healthy for us to put so much pressure to have it all figured out right now. That was like a really long answer, but honestly it was very vulnerable. Like, I feel like that's honestly the truth. That is truly how I survived being a 20-year-old and how I've managed it so far in my 20s. But yeah, I really, really hope that gave you a better perspective into understanding that, because I also didn't really understand how you couldn't compare yourself to others, because at the end of the day, we are humans, we're in a society, we see so many people every single day. How can you not compare yourself to other people? But it's really just also impossible to do it all. Like, I cannot be a successful tennis player doing that full time, while being an amazing mom full time, while being a really great, successful content creator and model full time, and like podcaster. Like, I cannot do all those things. There's truly just 24 hours in a day. And it sounds so obvious right now, but when you're in the moment and when you're having a little anxiety session, or like you just feel down about yourself because you scroll on social media and you're not really intentional with your thoughts, it's really, really hard to not compare yourself to others. But I think at the end of the day, it's also important to prioritize your needs and prioritize your dreams and your goals. Like, if you have a lot of goals and you want to do all of those things, I think it's also important to stick to them and stick to your time, to what you want to do, but to address a certain timeline, and to have this and to want the same timeline as other people out there. That's when things are just not going to become too healthy, and it's probably going to be very detrimental for your mental health. The second thing that I would tell my younger self, it would probably be to protect my peace and to really be selective of the people that I want to have in my life. Because I think, again, social media puts like so much pressure on us to just always be surrounded with so many people, and to have an amazing partner, and to just like have it all together, like have an amazing social life. And I think, not to defend people, but again, everybody's figuring themselves out in their 20s. So that just is not the best case scenario for friendships. And I'm not saying that you should be completely alone all the time, but I'm just saying that being selective is really, really important. And to not be afraid to let people go. Like, I think combining all of those things together is really key, because it's going to allow you to have high quality friendships and high quality relationships. Because, to be frank, sometimes I really held on to people that were no longer a great fit in my life, that were no longer bringing me things, that were not an addition to my life. Like, I was just feeling drained by them all the time. And honestly, that's not great. Like, that's not great. Like, what is the purpose of just saying like, oh, I have a partner, or oh, I have all these friends, like, when you know deep down that they're not your people anymore. So it's really, really hard to let people go and to realize that things are not working anymore. And obviously that void, like when people leave, that emptiness is really heavy. Like, it's really, really hard. But I think ultimately it's so freaking important to realize that those people and those energies are really just gonna drain you way more than it should, and then you need. Like, in the long run, you're gonna look back and realize, okay, maybe I felt a little bit lonely, or maybe I felt a little bit empty without those people in my life. But I now have the strength to realize that I can figure things out on my own by myself, and I can be selective. Like, I think if you have the strength and the resilience to deal with things by yourself, in the long run, is so freaking priceless, and it's so freaking powerful for you. Because again, if you don't really realize it sometimes, but subconsciously, you're kind of giving these people a lot of power by keeping them in your life all the time when you know they should leave. And again, it kind of happened to me too. Like, I knew I should have let people go a long time ago. Benita's like right here. I should have let people go a long time ago, and I didn't. And honestly, at the end, it was just even more painful because I was like, time was passing by, we're making more quote-unquote memories, and you know, it was just overdue. And I think when you are meant to take a decision, you're meant to take it, and there's truly nothing that should hold you back, because you know deep down what is best for you. And the last thing I'm going to say about this last topic that I just talked about is that sometimes people say, make sure you realize how people make you feel. Do they make you feel like they're draining you, or are they like a little bit toxic here and there? Sometimes you don't even know that. Like, sometimes people are not that toxic and they're just, you know, normal friendships, normal relationships to you. But deep down, you have to realize what is really worth it to you, and if you're holding some sort of dependency on this person, either if it's a status or like you're emotionally attached to this person, whether if it's a friendship or a relationship. Like, you really have to realize that people come and go. Like, again, it's not to be dramatic and negative, but truly anyone right now could decide that they no longer want you in your life. So I wish I could have told my younger self to be strong enough when that happens, and to not hold on to people, to just enjoy the moment, enjoy what happens, and take it day by day, but to not depend on people. And again, combining all those little advices together would have been key. Like, so being selective, maintaining high quality people, not being afraid of letting people go, and ending friendships and relationships when the time is due, and to just be strong enough by myself. I know it's easier said than done, and I was only 20, and we all learn from that. But again, I think a lot of people that are young are able to do these things and to realize these things. So I wish I could have realized all of that, and I think I would have saved myself a lot of freaking pain. Another thing that I wish I could tell my younger self, that is kind of related to everything I've said so far, is to truly realize that your worth is truly just so unique, and it is you. Like, your essence is you, your soul is yours, and there's nothing more beautiful than that. Like, I don't care how cliche that sounds, it is honestly the most raw truth. Like, I don't know why we do this as humans, but we really just are constantly admiring other people instead of ourselves. And I've been doing this since I was like a little girl. Like, I have always just admired people so much, and I know you've heard the saying, like, the qualities you admire in other people is because you have them within yourself. But at the same time, like, we're really just always admiring other people, and we want what other people like display, but we don't admire it for ourselves. And I think that is just so terrible, because it's really just so sad. Like, we could be so much happier, so much more confident, so much more at peace if we truly just knew that. And again, I know it's not really realistic to be like the most confident 20-year-old out there. Like, it's not really a thing. Like, I mean, it's probably a thing, but it's not super common, like, especially nowadays with social media and everything. I sound like such a hater of social media, by the way. Like, I kind of am, but obviously, like, I do love social media as well, but I think it has been like so detrimental for my mental health for so many years, and it really shows. But I just really wish I would have had more confidence when I was younger and also going into my 20s. Like I think I would have compared so much less, like I would have done so much less comparisons with people, and I would have been way more at peace and probably like less depressed, to be honest. And yeah, that is something that truly breaks my heart. Like I know there's a lot of reasons why sometimes women don't have like the best self-confidence, and again, it's easier said than done. I'm not gonna be like, you should have a better self-confidence, and you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, starting tomorrow I'm gonna be like so confident. Like no, obviously it takes time, but if I could just go back in time and let her know that she is so freaking beautiful and kind and an amazing person inside out, and no matter what people say or no matter how people make you feel, like that shouldn't change, you know? Because I feel like that time in our lives we're like so fragile as human beings, but especially as women, that it's really hard to stand your ground and to like not be shaky for lack of a better word. But yeah, that is definitely something that I would tell her. And the last thing I would tell my younger self would probably be to take life less seriously. I do not know why. I hate that I'm that person sometimes, but I overthink every single thing all the time, like all the freaking time. I even like joke with my brother. I see him overthinking a lot, but then he's like, no, you overthink way more than me. And I'm like, okay, that's terrible. Like that's actually scary. And I hate that. Like I feel like we should have enough faith. We should have enough power to really like things flow and let things go and to just live in the moment. And I know that sounds cliche and it's easier said than done, but I really envy people that are just like so easygoing, I guess, and that they just like don't overthink things as much, and they're just like, no, this is gonna work out, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And you know, like I don't know, like I think when I was little I compared a lot to people that were like that, and I was like, why am I not like that? Like I really wish I could just think a little bit less, live more in the moment, and just be a bit more present, and just trust my abilities, trust that I'm able to do every single thing I put my mind to, you know. And it doesn't mean that you're gonna take 3,000 silly little or like dangerous risks, and that doesn't mean that you're not gonna prepare yourself and you're not gonna be responsible. Like I'm just saying that sometimes like there's nothing more fun and more beautiful than like living life in the moment, and to just like not take everything so seriously. Like honestly, I don't know, like let's say that you really care about numbers and like social media, like it is not everything, like it is not that serious. Or I don't know, if you really want to be like the best freaking runner in the world, like not to be pessimistic, but there's always going to be someone better than you. Like it's not that serious. Like as long as you're giving your 100% and it's something that you're truly passionate about and it really brings you a lot of joy and it helps your mental health, that is the only thing that you should be worrying about. You shouldn't be worrying about like all the details and like getting sponsors and like being the freaking best and like then being like detrimental to your mental health if you're not the best. Like, you know what I mean? Like life is truly not that serious. Like I feel like things are already stressful as there are. Like there's so many factors in life right now that are not helping our situation. And again, not to scare you, but I think life gets a little bit more stressful every single year by what my mother tells me. So I feel like we are more than allowed to enjoy the ride and have fun and to not take every single thing so seriously. So yeah, in your 20s, it is more than normal to feel lost, to feel overwhelmed, to feel like you don't have it all yet, but the key word is yet. You are going to figure it all out. You're more than capable. We truly just do not give ourselves enough credit for every single thing we have gone through. And I just want you to know that your current reality is not going to be your reality forever, and your current reality is not going to become you. You're not going to be defined by this moment forever, and it's not gonna be you forever. You are an amazing person that deserves amazing things, and you're so freaking unique. I really hope you realize it sooner rather than later. That is all for now. I hope to hear from you soon, and I will see you very soon. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Mwah.